In this video, I want to have a look at coordinates and the number plane. So a number plane is divided by two straight lines called axes. So this horizontal line here in our diagram is what's called the x-axis. And the vertical line here is what we call the y-axis. So the plural of axis is axes. So we have two axes, the x and the y. So in our diagram down here, we're just going to label those. So our horizontal one is the x-axis, the vertical one is the y-axis. Okay, the point where the axes cross is called the origin. So this point here, right in the middle where they cross over, is called the origin. So we'll just label that as well. So that point there is the origin. Then the number plane is divided into 4 quarters, and we call those quarters quadrants. So we number them. This one here is our first quadrant. And then we work anti-clockwise. So we've got our second quadrant, third quadrant, and our fourth quadrant. So we're going to use this number plane to tell the position of different points. So to do that, to describe the position of a point on the number plane, we use 2 numbers. So we're going to write it as what's called an ordered pair of numbers. So we're going to have 2 numbers in brackets with a comma in between them. So this first number here tells us its horizontal position. So the horizontal position of that point. And it's known as the x-coordinate of the point. This second number in the bracket is called the y-coordinate, and it tells us the vertical position, so how far up or down the number plane our point is. So let's have a look at what that looks like with a number plane. So here we've got our number plane. I'm going to draw a point on there. I'm going to draw a point just here. I'm going to call that point A. So we can read off the coordinates of that point. So we can say that A has coordinates. Now we're going to write our x coordinate and then our y coordinate. The way we remember that as well is that x comes before y in the alphabet. So our x coordinate comes first in our bracket. All right, so our x coordinate, we've moved across 3 units from the origin. So if we line it up, it lines up with a 3 on the x-axis. So its x coordinate is 3, then we'll put a comma, and its y coordinate is 4. All right, let's have a look at another one. Let's go the other way. So let's say b minus 1, 5. This time we've been given coordinates and we want to plot them. So we want to plot the point P. We're going to go across to minus 1, and then our y coordinate is 5. So x coordinate is minus 1 and our y coordinate is 5. So that would be up here. And we'll write a B on there. All right, let's try a few more. Let's go this one here. Let's call that C. And we need to write down the coordinates of that point. So our x coordinate of that point is minus 6. And our y coordinate of that point is minus 3. All right, 2 more. So D, we'll put it here. So if we have that point there, it's going to have an x coordinate of 3 and a y coordinate of minus 6. So it's really important the order that you write those numbers down, because one tells us the horizontal position, one tells us the vertical position. The last one that I want to point out is if we had a point at the origin, so let's call that F, then that would have coordinates 0, 0. Right, so that's an introduction to the number plane.